Johnny, know that you've had, not even a full 24 hours, but just a little bit of time to look back on your season. Just what do you think about the season for the team and yourself overall?
I think, first of all, as a team, I think we had a great year. I think we definitely, if you're going to look at it on paper, probably overachieved. I think early on in the year, I'm sure a lot of guys have said this, and I think we all feel the same way of how great of a room we had and how great of a group and a bunch of guys we had. So I think we started off and we were kind of a little unsure of ourselves. A lot of new guys. I feel like that's kind of normal, but yeah, a lot of new guys. And then we kind of we found our identity as a team. We found what it takes to win games, and I think our record kind of shows that. In the second half of the year, I mean, it's kind of too bad there wasn't playoffs this year, or else I think we would have went on a run. So yeah, I was really happy, and it's really fun to be a part of that team. For me personally, my year kind of went similar along the lines of the team's year. I'm pretty happy with my year overall, and obviously throughout every year you're going to grow and learn. And I think kind of as our team was developing, so was I, and got to play a big role on the team, and I love that. And kind of tried to make the most of all my opportunities, and yeah, I'm happy with the way it turned out.
What did that mean to you to sort of be, playing in those, higher volume minutes? I remember there was that one game at the Iceplex where it looked like you logged almost, 30 plus minutes that one game. Just what did it mean to you to earn the trust of the coaches, just to be, playing more minutes and in more, high danger situations?
Yeah, it felt great, and that's something that I feel like I earned with working hard and doing the right things every day. And then when that situation came, I felt ready. I felt confident. I felt ready. And I think, yeah, I kind of made the most of it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, playing hockey is a ton of fun. And when you think you're playing pretty well, and you get, kind of some trust and some recognition from the coaches too, it's a lot of fun. So no, it was great for sure.
And then you mentioned about just the way the team was playing in that second half of the season. You said you weren't sure, what to expect sort of coming into this year, but then you go on to have the longest point streak in the American Hockey League. Just during that point streak that you guys just had snapped not too long ago, I know you weren't in it for the full, streak, obviously due to injury, but just how much fun was it just to be around the team and just have that sort of winning feeling for such a long time?
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. It definitely made coming to the rink every day a blast, and it's not even something that the players, like, we didn't talk about too much. Like, honestly, I remember when it got to like 10 or something, I think I saw it must have been posted on Instagram or Twitter or something. I didn't even realize, just because the season was kind of, we had those breaks in it and whatnot. So it's not something we really talked about, but I think it's something we felt. Like, we just felt the confidence both in ourselves and in each other. Like, when you're rolling like that, like, what you're going to get out of your teammates, and you can play kind of freely because where guys are going to be, and they're going to have your back. So it was a lot of fun.
Thanks, Johnny.
We'll go next to Dave Minuk. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, Jen. Hey, Johnny, it's amazing if you think about it. We spoke back in December, which was just 5 months ago, about how excited you were to start playing hockey again. Now, 5 months later, the end of the season is here. If you could encapsulate what the last 5 months have meant for you, how would you?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's tough to encapsulate it just because they've meant so much. I mean, us as hockey players, it's our lives. And, especially when you're young, you don't have a family. Like, this is really your life. This is your teams, your family. Like, it's, and you're kind of like alone, like in a city. I don't know. It's been great. We've been blessed to be able to play, obviously with the pandemic going on, to be able to play and to have our season turn into a success like this. I really couldn't ask for any better. And I've really enjoyed this year. And yeah, I guess you don't really look back until the season's over. So now to be able to take a breath and look back, it's been great.
And from a personal development standpoint, I mean, Austin just touched on it, right? You played that one game where you played like 38 minutes and you really became with Dylan Sandberg, kind of a steadying force on this blue line for Pascal Vincent and, under Eric Dubois. But what has that meant from a development perspective? Because again, obviously you have your sights set on becoming a Winnipeg Jet eventually. And do you ever think about that idea of like when you form a pair with a bond with a guy like Dylan Sandberg, of the two of you potentially taking that role and moving it to the next level?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about that. I think it's natural when you're playing in the American League, and especially when you're in the same city as your NHL team, you're definitely watching all the Jets games and you're kind of visualizing yourself playing there. And then to be able to play with Sammy, he's a great player and a great guy, and he's obviously a top prospect. So it was great to form that bond. I think we have a lot of confidence in each other out there. And yeah, it was a really good year for the both of us.
And again, you've touched on it, this idea of fun and having fun. How much from a development perspective, whether it was the winning streak or the point streak, I should call it, although you had a winning streak as well, and just even the practices, how the coaching staff broke it up and you guys played those 3-on-3 tournaments from a development perspective and having fun, how much fun did you have playing hockey this year?
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. And like you said, from a development standpoint, like when you're having fun and there's just good energy around the rink, I think like you're going to see that in your game. And I think you saw that in our game. That's part of the reason we had that winning streak and that point streak, because we were having fun. I mean, you can break it down, and we obviously treat hockey, we take it really seriously, but at the end of the day, it is a game, and it is, for me, the most fun thing to do. So yeah, to be able to come in and have that much fun, I think you see that in terms of results, and you'll see that in terms of development, just because guys are coming in and it's easy to work your hardest when it's that much fun. So yeah, it's good in all assets.
And Johnny, in that game against the Marlies, late in the third period, you got a guy slid into your knee or into your lower leg, and that took you out for obviously the remainder of the season. Tough way for your season to end. How significant is that injury, and what do you expect the turnaround for? Because I know Coach Vincent said you were skating in Belleville, or in Ottawa, sorry.
Yeah, I was skating in Ottawa. It wasn't quite ready, and I'm taking it day by day, taking it cautiously. And I know I'm in good hands here, so I don't anticipate it being too serious. So hopefully I can get back out soon.
And do you know what the plan is for you? Do you have would you be called up to the taxi squad?
I'm not too sure. I haven't talked about, I know I'll be staying in Winnipeg, but I haven't, I'm not sure exactly where I'll be.
Okay. And so going on the idea that you may be with the taxi squad, and we don't, if you are, then we don't know how long that would last. But if you're not, what would your thought process be in terms of the summer and your development and getting ready for next season?
Yeah, it's obviously last summer was such a crazy off season because we had about 10 months or whatnot. But now I kind of go into it thinking I have about 3 months. So kind of heal up the bumps and bruises in the first little bit. And then I'll set areas to work on. I have a couple areas I want to work on. I want to work on like pivots, transitions, like going forwards to backwards, first couple steps. That'll be a key for me. And then just the general rehabbing injuries and just like strength and speed and whatnot.